Hey y'all, welcome back to Mirror Expressions. This is a channel where I share my opinions and thoughts with you all, and I invite you all to come in and do the same with me. Let's take a minute now to hit that like button. And if you have not subscribed, please go ahead and do so at this time. Also, drop me a mirror emoji down in the chat if you've looked in the mirror today and you feel A1 with what you see looking back at you. And if not, as always, y'all know I am going to encourage you to do what you must to get back to a healthier you so that every time you see a mirror, yes, honey, you are feeling great about what you see looking back at you. All right, y'all, we are not going to prolong this here thing. We are about to get into it. We are recapping and reviewing Married to Medicine, Season 9, Episode 14, Mountain Revival. All right. I don't really know why it was called The Revival when it seems like next week's episode is coming with the minister that we saw starting off the season. I kind of like how they did that, how they started it off and it's coming full circle at the end. But of course, we'll get into that next week when they show the finale. But anyway, Mountain Revival. Let's go ahead and get into it. So we're back at Blue Ridge, right? Of course, we left off with it to be continued, and Anila had just asked the ladies, like, do they think that she and Karen set up their own house robbery, right? So Anila lets the table know that they have hired a PI and that he's investigating the house robbery and that she thinks that people should take a polygraph, right? Really? This kind of let me just say, I don't know who the people were she was referring to, but you kind of get the impression that she was talking about some people at the table, right? But anyways, Quan speaks up. She's just like, well, I volunteer to take one to prove that I don't have any knowledge about the break-in, right? And so in her confessional, Quan says to hook Toya up to one first, or rather, she may just avoid taking one. I said, okay, Quan, you still throwing shade at this woman. Let it go, Quan, let it go. You know that woman ain't had nothing to do with it. I know you don't really think that for sure. Anyway, Anila said she would take one to kind of dispel the rumors that she had anything to do with her own robbery, right? Then that's when she pretty much asked the table, do they feel like she had something to do with it, right? And so, of course, Toria's like, I don't know you. So they get into one of them tit for tat, like, oh, you don't know me? Yeah, I don't know you. Like, that kind of thing. I was just like, oh, my goodness. Heavenly in her confessional said, Anila is too dingy to plan her own house robbery. That she gonna need a little help. She might need Mrs. Gomez on her side to do all of that. I said, oh my gosh, the shade. Toya said, and moving on. So she was trying to move the conversation beyond it, right? And so just kind of just being dismissive towards Anila, really. In one instance, I kind of get why she did that because it's like enough on it already. But at the same time, it was very disrespectful just to kind of dismiss whatever she was talking about. Because I think the whole conversation started with Heavenly just asking her how she was doing after the break-in and blah, blah, blah. So she says that, right, being dismissive. And then Quan tries to check her audit, right? So then they end up going back and forth. And I was like, oh my goodness. So Simone in her confessional talks about how Toya and Quan had just had their issues over the years. And then we get like this flashback of several different moments throughout the different seasons with them just being at odds with each other. Insert. Again, I'm just not a fan of this white eyeliner under Simone's eyes in this confessional look. Are y'all? Is it just me or what? I want to know. Is it just me? Because it ain't just, I don't know. I think some people can pull it out, but it ain't giving what it's supposed to be gave to me. Not from you, Simone. Not from you. But anyway, Jackie, of course, she tries to calm the table back down, and then she like gives the floor back to Anila to finish saying whatever she had to say or whatever. So Anila takes this moment to bring up the fact that she doesn't understand what happened with her friendship with Toya. And I was just like, how you go from the break-in to your friendship with Toya? It was just, I'm sure, there was editing done, but yeah, it was just kind of, it felt like very jumped around throughout that whole conversation or whatever. So anyways, so next thing you hear, we got this car blowing its horn, and let me see, Simone and Toya get up to go run outside because it's Contessa pulling up. Contessa and Sky, right? And Anila was like throwing the shade. She's like, well, damn, ain't nobody come. They gotta go out and greet their friend and all that. Like, why it have to be their friend and not like just they had to go out to meet Contessa or whatever. So she's still a little salty. You could tell about Contessa, her asking her all of those questions back when they had that get together at Jackie's house, and they end up having a FaceTime Anila. So yeah, Anila's still salty and feeling some kind of way about that. So anyway, the men end up they going downstairs to play a little pool, and the ladies they all gather in the living room area. And so Jackie is kind of facilitating a group discussion where they're supposed to clear the air before any fun is had. Like, I don't know. I guess go ahead and do it and then enjoy the rest of the trip. I guess that was their mindset, because I think this is just the first full day, right? So yeah. Quan makes the statement that or no, this is the same. This is the day that everybody pretty much arrived, right? So I guess that was the thing. Like, let's just go ahead and squash as much as we can, so the rest of the trip will be fun or whatever. So Quad makes a statement that they fight all the time and they're still able to be around each other, so it's no big deal. Like, she doesn't feel like all of this is necessary. Toya pipes up and she was like, well, that ain't true, because she says no one wants to be around in the group where they always feel like they have to defend themselves. So Toya asks Audra, well, what's her beef with her? She's like, what's your beef with me? Because you just came at me hard. You came bumping me in my chest, blah, blah, blah. And, yeah, I put that here. I think Toya was already lit. Because, baby, that baby voice was so elevated. I was like, Toya, bring it down a notch or two. Y'all know Toya stay on that drink, though. That drink. But anyway, yeah, so she had asked Audra, what's her beef? And I think, well, from this moment, we kind of get a view of like what the men are doing downstairs, right? So, Cecil, they're playing the pool. Cecil and Martin are on the table, and both of them are just horrible. And neither one of them doing good, right? And so Eugene kind of just to spice things up, say, well, we can have a little, I feel like I'm so greasy looking, y'all. But anyway, Cecil said, to kind of spice things up, we can go and make a bet about it. If whoever loses have to go outside in the cold with no coat and do push-ups. And so all of a sudden, Martin just started sinking them balls in the hole. Like, I think he was kind of scared of Cecil for a minute. So Cecil ended up losing, and he's the one that goes outside to do the push-up. So back to the ladies. Toya had just asked Audra, what's her beef? So Audra said to Toya, well, that she's made several negative comments about her that she feels have been unwarranted, right? So Audra said she doesn't know why it got to that point, because it wasn't even that deep. And Toya brings up the fight that she had with Mariah several years ago on the first season. Yeah, I remember that fight when they was out there by their pool. Mariah was having a birthday party for her husband. I think it was a birthday party, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. So anyway, so she brings up there and she describes it as being one of the most depressing moments in her life, right? And she becomes really tearful. I never really realized how their fight affected Toya so deeply, but I kind of was able to get it from her viewpoint. You know what I'm saying? Because you just kind of think those things happen, and you know, you keep going because you kind of feel like they probably really did it for TV ratings. Anyway, but anyway, no. Toya said that she becomes very emotional. She starts tearing up, and she just said it was because she had just had her son, and for two, her and Eugene had just gotten married, right? And she didn't want people to think that she was a bad mom or that she wasn't right for Eugene. So she just said she never wanted to be put in that position again. And this incident with Audra she felt like she was getting back to that point. She was being pushed in that position. So even Audra became emotional. They had to pass her little Kleenex, and she was dabbing at her eyes or whatever. And she kind of just was, I guess, relating to what Toya said, because in her confessional, Toya said, you know, it just made her, the time just made her question herself as a woman. And so Toya ends up apologizing to Audra, in which she does accept it. And then she just said, because again, it just resonated with her. Like, it's similar situation. Like, she is about to be a new mom. She's pregnant, even though the other ladies don't know at this point that we know of. And she and Martin just got married, you know what I'm saying? So she, of course, does not want to be judged for that one incident either. So similar situation. So I guess she's kind of feeling like and understanding where Toya's coming from with that. So Jackie calls on Contessa next to kind of speak about her relationship with Heavenly. And Contessa kind of just diverts and says, you know, that ain't what you want to do, basically. She just like, what about some fun first? She like, I don't work. We done drove all this way. Like, I'm not ready to do this right now. Right now, this is not what it's supposed to be doing right now. I'm not for it. And so they end up not resolving things between Heavenly and Contessa. And as far as we know, they just kind of leave all of that alone. Like, we don't get any more scenes from that situation. Right? So it's the next morning. And we see everybody kind of getting ready for their day. Eugene is fussing about cooking. And yet how nobody is actually cleaning the dishes. And I don't blame him not one bit. Because, baby, if I'm finna get in there and cook, because I love to cook too, the least y'all little helpers can do is come in here and wash these darn dishes. Clean up the daggone kitchen. You know what I'm saying? I said, oh, these people right here, baby, ain't... Spoiled used to be catered to. They know they can get their behinds in their kitchen and wash them dishes. Anyway, honey, Audra and Mark, they're down in their room, and Audra, you can tell she's a first-time mama, baby. That thing talking about, ooh, I think I got a baby bump already. Here you go, Mark. Yeah, you look about 10 minutes pregnant. Oh, baby, that was too funny and cute. I said, oh my goodness, I love it. So Jackie, she's arranged for the guys to go bowling. So Eugene jokes how they're not going to get wings this time. You know, wings is code word for what? The strip club. So you got Eugene, Cease and Scott on one team, then Curtis, Martin, and Kieran on the other team. And y'all, Eugene straight dusted them folks. Do you hear me? Straight dusted him. Straight dusted all of them. I said, I love me some Eugene. I just want to color up with that little belly. He to put on a little bit more weight again. I said, I just want to color up with that little belly. He can come cook and cater for me. I call him daddy like Heavenly do. Yeah, I love me a thick mind. I really do. I do. Give me something I can hold on to. But anyway, I digress. Back at the house, Jackie and Simone, they have arranged a spa day for all of the ladies, right? So They done had like this whole team. They're doing like some kind of rap, some massages, some foot massage. You know, they just got the whole 9 yards going on. So while they're setting up, Audrey, Toya, and Anila are upstairs on like the kitchen level, right? And so they're just sitting at the table drinking. Well, I say drinking because obviously Audrey is not. And but Toya and Anila are. And so Anila tells Toya that she misses times like this, like just them hanging around and just chilling and having fun, having a couple of drinks here and there. So Toya brings up how she brought that Zayna chick to Quad's party. And she said she ain't like that because the chick just came there to start a rumor which she knows is a lie. So Anila says that she was set up. She said that Zayna had called her the day before saying that Quad had invited her, and then Quad told Anila to bring some friends. And Toya was like, that's not surprising that Quad would do that, but that she needs for Anila to step it up. Like, stop being so naive and falling for the okie doke, right? So we did see a flashback, though, to Quad's party. And Anila is telling Zayna, I need your help. And Zayna's like messing with her hair. You know how you and your friend be talking shit, but you try to act like y'all on something there. So she stroking her hair like, well, what you need my help with? And then Anita's like, I need you to help pass the room around. So Anila, you with the bullshit. You with the bullshit. That's what it's giving to me, right? She's sitting up here trying to act like she ain't had nothing to do with it. Like she is really trying to play that role. Like she just innocent. And she with the bullshit, just straight shiesty. You know what I'm saying? So then Anila tries to flip it back on Toya, and she brings up the fact that she randomly got attacked after the party. And then she gonna say, but I'm not blaming you, Toya. Then why bring it up? Why even bring it up if you're not feeling that way? Like you slick were trying to blame her in that moment. And then she just claims that she's more hurt about the friendship. Again, why bring that attack, the robbery, the break-in up? How it mysteriously happened after that incident at the party. But that you're so worried. You're just really worried about the friendship. But whatever. Toya, she fell for it. So both of them looking like some fools right now to me. So anyway, so Toya lets her know that she and Eugene both had compassion for them when they found out about what happened, and that every time they passed by Anila and Kieran's house, Toya noticed that the lights were not on. And Toya said that she was just counting how many days it was that Anila was gone from her home. So Anila starts crying and said that if she'd known all of that, then that would have changed things. So they end up saying, you know, I'm sorry, and they hug and make up and yada, 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 yada. So apparently now they have squashed things and they're in a better place. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So back to the men. They still at the bowling alley, and so Eugene's team has won. Obviously, he carried his team. That's right, boo. And so the men, they're just all sitting around talking. They end up talking about how they noticed that when they are around, the ladies are seemingly a lot more positive, right? And so we catch a look at them from earlier that morning, like the couples, like some of them were outside when the men, right before the men were getting ready to leave, and they were just all being playful and talking and laughing. They had like even a fake snowball fight here and there. So Kieran just brings up, you know, how he has a problem with saying with people saying that they set up their own robbery. And so Cecil ends up asking Kieran about Anila accusing someone of setting them up. Right? Because he brings up the article that she put online, how she felt like they were targeted and blah, blah, blah. So Eugene ends up speaking up, right? And he apologizes to Kieran. You know, he apologizes that he hate that happened to them. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, man, I'm sorry to hear that, but he basically put it out there like, if you feeling like this, me and my wife, you gonna say that now, and we can handle it right now. I said, you better go, Eugene. That's what I'm talking about. You better take up for your family, boo, because that could be detrimental to his reputation as a doctor, as a physician in the community, for them kind of lies to be out there about him. You know what I'm saying? So, Kieran, he ended up saying that, he never accused Toya or Eugene. Like, they never came out of his mouth. It never came out of Anila's mouth. But you know what? Anila made a lot of insinuations. She really did. I can't just I don't know about Karen, but Anila did. So anyways, and he feels like by the men discussing all that and kind of just squashing it and getting on the same page, that it can help the women do the same, because otherwise the women are just going to keep at it, because when they get together, all they do is yell and fight, and they don't listen or hear each other. So Toya ends up telling Contessa that she had to talk to her about something regarding Kerry, right? So, but she's like, finally, they gonna get a little drink. So Toya walked herself over there to like where the bar is, and so I don't know, she was struggling picking up this bottle of wine or something. But anyway, she's trying, and she knocks over all this stuff. She breaking plates and dishes and cups and bottles, and she's making a whole big mess. And I was like, oh, child. And then this girl go bend down though and pick up the bottle of wine and walk around like the rest of that crap ain't on the floor. I was like, you know what? I can't take you, Toya. That dog on Toya. Daddy family arrives, and they let him know that the other men are out bowling. So I think he just ends up going to his and Heavenly's room and just probably take a rest or whatever. So, because we don't see any more of him till the other men come back from bowling. So the women, they end up prepping for their spa day. They get undressed and they put on these robes, and robes got their names on the back. Here you go, Toya. Y'all need to have some matching house shoes. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah. Hey, you just be grateful for anything, right? So anyway, they downstairs where the ladies have set up with the spa. Y'all know Contessa. So why she always be so ready to get buck and naked? Baby, Contessa is giving us the goods. Do you hear me? So her whole boob done popped out, or she just got it out there. So they end up talking about, she had breast surgery a couple of seasons ago. So they end up talking about her boob size and how they feel like she should have gotten a bigger cup than what she went for. And I was like, Lord, why are we talking about this woman breast? And so part of the group end up going ahead with their massages and their wraps, right? While the others are waiting, because it's only so many tables for them to go at a time, right? So Heavenly and Anila are in that number that are waiting. So Heavenly turns to Anila and she's just like, I heard you and Toya made up, right? So in her confessional, Heavenly is giving Simone and Jackie their props for working their magic and with them being able to have Toya make up with Anila and Toya and Audra make up, right? But she was just like, but there ain't no hope for me and Contessa. They ain't gonna be able to do all that. So the ladies, they end up switching out, right? So the ones that were waiting are now on the table. The ones that were on the table are now waiting. So Contessa is in the group that's waiting. So she likes all the attention. She feel like something should be happening to her right now. So she turns to Jackie and asks Jackie to massage her feet, baby. And surprisingly, Jackie obliged her. I was like, okay. So Jackie ends up grabbing one foot, right? Wow. Toya gets the other. So think this out now. Just envision it. So it's the two of them sitting on either side of Contessa. So Contessa's in the middle, and like Jack is on one side and Toya's on the other. So Contessa legs are basically in the V shape. And you gotta remember they got these robes on with nothing else underneath. So she just spread eagle in a whole V shape, baby. The camera couldn't even just blur all that out. They had to pop a dirty emoji up on the screen. I said, that Contessa, oh, I really think Contessa, she want her little girl on girl action because, baby, she's always joking, though. She's always joking about that because she ends up talking about, like, in her confessional, when she crushes hard, and she's crushing on them too right now for massaging her feet. And then talking about, I think she told them that this is what she expects, and they're speaking her love language, or something like this, something along those lines. I said, baby, Contessa want it, baby. She want it. And then Simone was just saying how she knows Jackie a lot longer than any of these groups of girls put together, and she ain't never known Jackie to do nothing like that. And she just said, I think she said this in her confession. She's like, but secretly she feels like they all crush on Contessa because her body is banging, baby. Contessa is a cute woman though. Very pretty, very pretty. So the men end up walking in. They come downstairs where the ladies are, right, interrupting their time. And I said, personally, I would have told them they needed to leave because I wouldn't have needed my man around my girlfriends and they all down here naked, whether they are robed or unrobed. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would have just been too much. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you got to remember that even the people like that, the ladies that are already on the table, they ain't got no clothes on. They just got something over them. So it was just like, no. And then the other ladies got robes on. And I know how I can be when I have just my robe on. You can still see a little something, like it may not be closed good all the way. No, see, no. It just would have been too much. I would have had to tell my man, you go on back on those stairs. We let us finish doing what we gonna do. So anyway, Quad was one of the people that was laying on the table. And here go Curtis gonna ask her, and she get hot underneath that wrap. And she gonna say, I will say it's getting hot in here. Let me take off all my clothes. But my clothes already out. Now, she gonna answer him like that, right? But then in her confessional, she said he might have didn't mean anything by that, but he sure shouldn't have asked me that. He better gone over there to Jackie. Then why you answer him like that? Yeah, because that was a very flirtatious answer to Miss Quad. And you know I love this on Miss Quad. She got it. She got it. But baby, nah, you doing too much now. You doing too much, boo. So it's dinner time, right? And Jackie, they got it catered, so Eugene ain't cooking. So Jackie lets us know that, you know, that she and Simone have a surprise for the group at the dinner. Like, you know, she don't let us know what it is. She just said it's a surprise. So, the guys, they're all at the table, right? And so the men end up bringing up their trip to the bowling alley. And apparently Eugene had made a joke about why he was bowling so well. He said it's because he didn't get no pool time from Toy. So Toy said, but we made up for it since then. So the conversation end up switching to the sexuals of it all. So you know these folks love talking about sex. So Eugene mentioned how Toya really feel like she's the whole freak out here in these streets. When he said his freak number is probably higher than hers. And so he's end up started talking about all the different places he's had sex. And Toya said, well, you didn't do all that with me. You know what I'm saying? And she goes on saying, why we gotta get the lame sex now that we're the wife? I want that good. I said, I bet you do. But why you gotta hire your husband sex lame? No, you know what I'm saying? She stay cutting my boo down. Don't do him like that, too. You don't do him like that. I'm sure it's good. I'm sure. So anyway, she said that, and then Heavenly in her confession gonna say, that she wouldn't know the difference between single sex and white sex because she's only been with one man. Okay, Heavenly, we all know that's a lie. Even Dr. David was just like, I wonder what he be thinking in his confessions, because baby, in some of his facial expressions, you just know that Heaven just lie her butt off. Because he just be like, his facials tell it all. His face, you know what? My facials are the same way. Like, I do not have a poker face to save my life. Like, I cannot hide what I'm thinking. It's like it's gonna be written all over my face. You don't have to say your word. Anyway, y'all. So Simone in her confession, now she with Cece and her, she said that the point of girlfriend sex is to make it to wife status, and once you reach that, ain't no use to the girlfriend type of sex no more. You know what I'm saying? So Kira says to the table that sometimes you may do things with somebody that you know you won't see the next day versus your wife who you know you will see every day. So anyway, Toya breaks up the conversation by asking, if they got anything planned for the couple. So Jackie lets them know that yes, they have something planned for them after dinner. And then Simone pipes up and says, it's geared to facilitate better communication, which in turn will help them to have better sex. And then she goes on to say that she and Cecil can't get any higher in their sex life because it's thebomb.com already. And I'm just like, good, please. Y'all sex is probably so vanilla. So vanilla. Either that or you probably bouncing him around. But anyways, y'all, that was the end of the episode. It wasn't anything real dramatic. It was kind of cool, just pleasant, just kind of one of them coaster episodes. So I can't wait to see the season finale next week and see how that goes. It looks like it's gonna be very fun and it looks like we're gonna have a lot to talk about next week. So anyway, that's it. I ain't got nothing else. Y'all drop in the comments that y'all like this episode. Tell me what stood out to you. What were your funny parts? I feel like it had a lot of funny parts in there. So I really do feel like it was one of those light, fun episodes to me. Anyway, y'all, I will see y'all next time. And until then, I'll pray for you. You all please continue to pray for me. And we will what? Bye, y'all.